Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv, and here is what's going on today. It's been a wild 24 hours. Pretty wild. If you're paying attention to the news out there, you had a DNS hijack attack happen against Squarespace, but the attack was specifically toward DeFi projects. Currently, there are approximately 230 DeFi projects out there. Two which were Compound and Seller Network, were already compromised, directing users of their websites and their bridge platforms to go someplace else. Very dangerous. There are 228 left that are still at risk, including Pendle. So that's something to pay attention to as we look forward to the rest of the news today. Now, what else happened? Yesterday, we got CPI numbers in, and they were lower than expected, right? So inflation came in at 3% because CPI numbers came in a little bit lower, and that was about 0.1%, 1/10%. So that's quite interesting to everybody, but it's actually making the markets think that it's highly possible we could get a federal rate decrease or cut. That would be very good, but we should be mindful that today we also get PPI numbers, and it's going to be interesting to see if PPI numbers move in sync with CPI or if they do as expected. So I'll be paying attention to that when those numbers come out. I think they come out about 8:30 or so. What else is going on? You have the SEC now allows banks and brokerage firms to exclude customer crypto holdings from their balance sheets. Now, that's bigger than what you think, because the new rule had said they had to include them on their balance sheets, and that caused a major ruckus throughout the financial industry. So that's something we should absolutely be paying attention to. What else is going on? Animoca Brands joins the core blockchain as a validator to increase security. Now, I find that to be interesting because Animoca Brands has been making moves. Animoca Brands is thinking about going IPO. I reported that a couple of weeks ago. So we should be watching everything that they're doing to see, well, why are they doing it? What's the chess move? What's the strategy? All that other good stuff. They're making partnerships. So they're positioning themselves so that when they do go IPO, they'll do well. Or at least I think they can do well. Now, what else is going on? So somebody said that Cardano is in a position where it could go up. And I'm like, okay, but I can say that about every crypto that's out there right now. Why is that? Well, the reason why is because right now you have the German government having less than $300 million left of Bitcoin to sell. That's a very big deal. That means that downward pressure is almost all gone. The buying power is almost all the way up, because now you have institutions FOMOing into Bitcoin spot ETFs, which means the inflows are increasing. So it's going to be interesting to watch those numbers. It's also going to be interesting to watch for why people think they still have fear. Like, we're in extreme fear territory right now. Extreme fear. Can you think about that? Why do you have fear? You're asking the wrong person about that stuff. I think the fear and greed index needs to be readjusted. But fear and greed index is currently in the 20s. And I'm like, yeah, all right, I understand, people with, floppy hands don't know what they're doing, giving up. But when you look at what the institutions are doing, big money is in it. Big money is in crypto in a major fashion, and we should be paying attention to that. Why? Because they could be buying up what you could be buying up, and you're just going to miss out, period. And you're going to miss out because you're in such a rush to kind of save what you think you have. And I'm sitting back and I'm just saying, let's take a more pragmatic approach to our investments. Right now is a buying opportunity. When you see major financial institutions buying, and they're being quiet, they're not really, flouting it, touting it, nothing. They're just buying. Because if they're buying into those Bitcoin spot ETFs, that ought to be a first hint to you. As soon as you saw that Germany was pushing everything down, that should have been your first hint that, hey, that means somebody sees it as having value and they want to extract that value. So maybe I should be getting in on this dip. I did. Did you? Maybe you should rethink that if you haven't. That's just my opinion. This is what I'm telling my kids, because my kids are like, yo, I just want to make money. I don't want you to just make money. I want you to know how to make money. I want you to see opportunities, learn how to see those things coming. Maybe you won't be able to predict, but you'll be able to identify telltale signs of an opportunity to make money. And they're getting good at it. They're getting pretty decent at it. Something else that happened, the SEC is saying that, well, I said this before, but it's a bigger deal than what most people think. The bigger deal is that banks and brokerages were going to be forced to carry those crypto balances on their balance sheet. And that would have been quite damaging. That could have been a huge reversal to what's going on in the crypto space, which is crypto space is going to start moving up. I hope it doesn't move up too fast. I still want to put in more money. So these are things that I'm paying attention to that, these are small things that people aren't paying attention to because they're not sensational. They don't think that they're a big deal. But these are the nuggets. These are the nuggets that actually will move your investments, that will actually affect your bags. So that's the kind of news I bring you. I don't try to talk to you about why you should buy Bitcoin or why you should buy this or why you should buy that. I'm bringing you news. Then I tell you my opinion on that news, and then we keep you moving. But this to me, all of this is good news. All of it. Animoca Brands making moves to, so that they can prepare for their IPO. The SEC reversal on, carrying, crypto on their balance sheets, customer crypto on their balance sheets. The DNS hijack, I still think is good news. Why is that? Well, because DeFi is going to have to step up their security. You're hosting your website on Squarespace, right? Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with Squarespace. But you're going to have to be more diligent on your security. And I bet you all 230 of those companies that are hosted on Squarespace are rethinking what they're doing and how they're doing it. You could always call Rebel Reach. We could help you. We host websites as well. Right? So it's something to think about. Jan Van Neck is expecting Bitcoin and gold to rise like big. And I'm kind of like, yeah, I like that thinking. All roads are pointing to a brighter second half of 2024. A very much brighter half. Because Germany came out of nowhere. I think we'd already be beyond the new all-time high, or Bitcoin would be beyond its new all-time high, 73, 750 and change, around there. And I'm sitting back and I'm kind of like, yeah, Jan Van Neck is not wrong about that. Because I'm feeling the same way. My research tells me, yeah, I should be buying in heavy. And that's what I'm doing. And I have two different strategies. One strategy for long-term hold, not looking at it until like 2030. Then I have short-term goals that will see me take profit as often as possible to extract my principal, to put my principal to work in different ways while I continue playing with the profit that's there. That's what I plan on doing. Right? I'm also prepared to dump everything in my trading wallets versus my holding wallets, right? Two totally different strategies. And I tell you guys all the time, I have two different sets of wallets. One for holding for long term, the other one for trading. So this set of wallets over here, I'm going to trade. So if it looks good, I'll hit 20%, I'll snatch some off. If it goes outstanding or I think it's going to go parabolic, I might wait a little bit before I snatch some off the table. But I'll be looking for a 10 to 20% pullback. And I'll be monitoring that very closely. And I've set all kinds of triggers and bells, whistles, freaking flares, everything that you could think of so that I could pay attention to any kind of big pullback. Because a big pullback doesn't necessarily have to be a pullback. When Germany started selling, everybody thought, oh, that's, at first everybody was like, oh, that's a pullback. It's a correction. No, somebody dumping. And it dropped the market huge by big numbers, big numbers. So that's what I'm paying attention to. Right now, Bitcoin is way off its high. Way, way, way off its high. But that also tells me that there's huge potential. Tonight on the live show, we'll be going into all kinds of things that are going on, but I'll be mostly trying to talk to everybody about strategy. What is your strategy from today going forward? Now that we've got the CPI numbers, Germany's come basically to a halt. PPI numbers will hit later this morning. What's your strategy from today going forward? So be prepared for that. Be prepared for that when you tune in tonight. I'm expecting it to be lively. Maybe I'll actually run out and go buy some wine so I can sit back and relax and have a conversation with all my friends in the community. And I advise you right now, go get the book, Crypto Foundations on Building Multi-Generational Wealth. Go get the book. It's not expensive, but it's chock full of nuts, chock full of nuggets for you to actually build a foundational knowledge on what you're doing within the crypto space. It's going to be a very big help, a very, very big help. Because most people don't have that. That's why the fear and greed index is at an extreme, because most people out there playing in crypto do not have that foundational knowledge. They don't have a clear understanding about what's going on there. They really don't. My delivery of news is from an educational perspective because I'm using these videos to teach my kids. So it's very educational I'm very educational in my approach. Right? So I'm hoping the community out there learns new tricks, learns new tools to put in their toolbox on how to do their own research and all that other good stuff. Why? Because when you learn, the community learns. Then we all get to use that knowledge to grow our bags. That's why we're building growmybag.tv. That's why this whole ecosystem actually works. Our own social media platform on growmybag.tv, our YouTube channel, our social media outlets, that whole ecosystem is built so that we can educate each other, learn and grow at the same time. Something else that I was looking at, I saw an article that was comparing the open network Toncoin to XRP. And I was like, whoa, I hadn't even thought about that. I had not even thought about that. If you look at Coin Market Cap, the Ton network is the open network is right behind XRP. Now, while the open network or Toncoin is projected to go up and hit $20, there are no projections for XRP. I have yet to see anybody even talk about how XRP is going to hit its all-time high. What is that, $3 and change? Nobody's talking about that. But people are talking about Toncoin hitting $20. $20. I mean, I thought I was bright by saying, listen, my range is 10, 12, and 15 for the end of this year. There are people talking 20. If Toncoin hits 20, yeah, I think they actually do surpass XRP. That's the rivalry that they're talking about right now. The rivalry that I brought up last night. If you were on last night, the rivalry that I brought up last night was actually between Cardano and Solana. And people were kind of like taken aback by that. And I'm like, no, you should be paying attention to that. Cardano has been a sleeping giant for a really long time. A really long time. So you had to have faith in Cardano. Big faith in Cardano. And Cardano maintains their top 10 spot with nothing going on. Why? Because they've been building. They've been building. So I'm sitting here and I'm saying to myself, I was talking to everybody and I said, listen, when Cardano actually implements, the Chang hard fork, when they reach 70% of the validators that are out there, which they're very much on track, then they're going to move toward, adjusting the Constitution. That basically makes them fully decentralized. That is going to usher in the Voltaire era. And that means that the Hoskinson era will come to a close. And I want you to stop and think about that. This guy has built Cardano in such a way: resilience, speed, security, ease of use, low cost. That's a winner chicken dinner right there, as some of my friends would say. So when I look at Solana, I'm looking at a network that's got crazy high speed, crazy throughput, can handle all kinds of things, but they have this ghost, they have this gremlin in their network that rears its head every now and then at the most unexpected times. The last time it reared its head, I think they dropped like $50. Yeah, think about that one. Just drop $50, like boom. Cardano doesn't have that problem. You want to know what happened in Cardano in the past couple of weeks? Cardano was hit with a DDoS attack. Didn't even flinch. It was barely enough for them to acknowledge, oh, that? Oh, okay. Had no idea. Shrugged it off. The network shrugged off a DDoS attack. Wow. As a technologist, I know what that is. Wow. Basically, the Cardano blockchain said, you tried it. Good try. Go away now. That was huge. So I said to everybody last night, there is a rivalry brewing. Everybody was like, oh, Solana is the Ethereum killer. Good luck with that. I think Cardano could wind up being a Solana killer. And I'm going on record in front of everybody and saying that. I think Cardano could wind up being a Solana killer. And I like Solana. I'm just cognizant of that small problem with their armor. The armor is pretty solid, except for that one point. Pretty solid, except for that one point, which is why I hold a nice big bag of Solana. I hold a bag of Solana because I'm hoping that they'll get over that. But they have this bad habit of having something bad happen and then quietly make it go away or make it seem like it's going away and never really talk about it. That's a bad habit. They should be upfront and forthright about it. Hey, this is what happened. This is how we took care of it. We're still looking into it, but things seem to be back on track. Not, oh, hey, yeah, something happened and yeah, we're good now. That's it. Cardano doesn't do that. Everything that you see Cardano doing is out in the public. When Cardano hits that Chang hard fork, when Voltaire actually gets here, that new Voltaire era gets here, you're going to see an uptick in development on the Cardano blockchain that we've never seen before. That's honestly what I predict. That is going to send Cardano just into bonkers world. I think that is going to go up big time. Big time. Doesn't mean I'm dumping everything into Cardano. It just means I'm cognizant and I do have a bag and I will grow that bag. Cardano's in my hodl bag, along with Bitcoin and Ethereum and a few others. But that's a very big deal. Toncoin, I told you, is going to wind up in that bag, and guess what? It is. I moved Cardano from my trading bag over to my holding bag. And I'm going to keep buying that one for sure. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do me a favor, tell your friends about us, especially the ladies. I think we need to get the ladies more involved in this because 95% of the people that subscribe to my channel are men. We need more women involved. We need more women being cognizant of what's going on and looking at the opportunities that are there in the crypto space. And I hope we can get more people to join. Anyway, don't forget to buy the book. This is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I hope you have a good one. Thank you very much.